Hello, hello, hello. That's my favorite thing, is changing over to a different screen and watching all the little coins and stuff bounce into the cup. It's just satisfying. If I had millions of dollars, I'd donate to myself just to watch the coins go tilling ling 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 ling. Oh, playing Splatoon 3. We were talking about Splatoon 3 yesterday, Allison and I. How we like it, and it's good, but also, and it's like, we were like, why isn't this the yearly release? Because every new Splatoon game is like, the same. And it's good, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I was also saying how I think they need to really, add something for the fourth, when they eventually make the fourth game. Because looking at Splatoon 3, it's just the same thing again. And how I like Splatoon 3. I had a lot of fun playing Splatoon 3. But one, their fucking internet, I couldn't ever get in. I could never play a match. And so it was like, well, Jesus, that's the one thing I want to do. It's the only reason I even went through the story mode, which ended up liking a lot. But it was just because their internet sucked and I couldn't ever connect to a match. But also, it kind of just felt like I'd played this game before. They added a couple new weapons, but none of them really clicked with me. And basically, since Splatoon 2, I've been like, I want a weapon that feels like, it's for me. It's my hole, it was made for me, kind of a thing. And I like some of them. Dualies are fun, just like the normal, rifle, quote-unquote, guns are fun. I like the brushes a lot, but nothing feels quite like, oh, this is perfect, this was made for me. And I don't know, I'm hoping that they really up their game for Splatoon 4 eventually. And then when they finally make that 10 years later. New game mode maybe? That could help a lot. I think adding Salmon Run in Splatoon 2 was a 10 out of 10 idea. And then making it always available in Splatoon 3 was a no-brainer. It was stupid that it didn't work like that in Splatoon 2. And those are really fun. But yeah, maybe a new way to play. Oh, we were talking. Green Machine, fucking. We're 3 minutes into stream, and Green Machine got me flying into a Splatoon conversation. But we were talking. What if for the next game they let you play as a salmon, and not like a salmon kid, though that'd probably be fun too. But just a fish, and it's like they have their own unique moveset and weapons, and it's a totally different way to play. I think that could be a lot of fun. That'd be super fly. But yeah, that's it. It's kind of wild that Nintendo still hasn't figured out Wi-Fi. I know, right? I don't know, man. It's nothing seems to have. Oh, did you see my oh, great. Today's the day where my internet decides to be poopy stinky. Imagine a palette knife as a weapon. So yeah, today we're doing art. Because I'm gonna be honest, here was my plan. I was thinking about playing some of Hylix 2 for a little bit, just so you guys can see if it how much of an upgrade the PC is, and is it still gonna be a choppy PowerPoint? However, I tried to download it, and Stream was like, we're not working, and I'm like, okay, so I couldn't do that. So, frantically, I was like, what do I do instead? Because this was, as I was drinking my coffee this morning. And so I was like, what do I do? Oh, I got an idea. And at first I was gonna just play Minecraft, because when in doubt, Minecraft's always fun. But I had the idea of kind of doing this, and I thought it'd be super fly. So we're gonna draw some Cult of the Lamb Bishops. Hello, welcome. I'm shocked there is no mode that bases your wins on how many kills you get. Salmon could get that. We were talking about how if Salmon became a playable option, they could be for the people who are like, all I want to do is get kills. I do like that Splatoon feels very accessible in that you don't have to be good at shooting other players. You can play one of the weapon types that is focused on coverage, and it makes it really unique, it makes it really stand out in a world where every other FPS is you get the most kill number, you win. Splatoon just is totally different and it really stands out in a super fun way. So I'm glad that that's not the main play style. However, I think they're bonus things. So like they've got like a capture the flag or like a King of the Hill type. Like they have a couple of those side game types, and one of those could, I think, work. That could be a really interesting way to see how Splatoon gameplay changes once the goal does shift from cover the ground to ink your enemies. That could be really neat. I never saw my own cultist. Oh no! Green Machine! I think they died. Either they died or I married them. Or both. One day we'll get the silent Minecraft. Yes. Yes, we will. I'm promising that to you right now, Messiah. That's going to happen. I'm actually going to write something down. I don't want to forget this. My mountains of post-it notes. Hang on, hang on. Great, okay. I got a question for you guys. This is I made it victory screen. This is an unrelated question. So you're making your coffee in the morning, and you pour in your creamer and your sugar and what have you. And by the way, the ending to last stream was thank you. I mean, I think you're the one that suggested it. I loved ending stream and seeing you guys react to it. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, you're making your coffee in the morning and you pour in your sugar and whatever. And you need to stir it. Gotta stir your coffee. But there are no clean spoons. Luckily, there's a clean fork you can use instead. So, do you hold, like, the handle of the fork and stir it with, like, the prongs? Or do you hold the prongs and stir it with the handle? Do you get the question? And which one do you do? You think it'd be, dude, fucking Green Machine, you and I are on the same wavelength. Okay. While you guys answer, I'm gonna go off about Splatoon some more. I think the lockers were really, really fun. I think that's super fly. But yes, since the dawn of time, I've been saying I want an apartment in your little Inkopolis, because Inkopolis and, you know, the other hub world locations, they're really cute and fun, and I want to be able to go to my house and have, like, be able to decorate there. Because eventually, you find an outfit, that's the main thing you're spending money on, weapons and outfits, and eventually you find an outfit that is like, this is my fit, I'm not gonna change, I found everything I like. And then you just accrue money and don't have anything else to do with it. Except buy stickers for your locker, I guess. But I would love a cute little fucking apartment. I want it so fucking bad. I am right there with you, Green Machine. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know. Stir with the prongs. I don't drink coffee, but I see my sister stir with her finger. That must not be hot coffee. I've never had to do that, but I would do the prongs. First instinct would be to stick with the prongs. Fascinating. Oh, the splash tags were really fun. Yeah, they're cool. Man, you're getting in a Splatoon mood. Getting me into a splatting-ass mood. Twiins wants 2 cute little apartments. Cool, great. So you're all normal. I ask because my natural instinct is to hold the prongs and stir with the handle because it, like, emulates the shape of a spoon, even though it doesn't matter at all. And I just wanted to see if anybody else operated that way. I usually waste all my money at the Shello, which, oh yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Gotta give me my gachas. The prongs aerate the coffee. See, you know, I thought that. Surprise! Today, I had to stir my coffee with a fork. Not a problem. But why not just stir the cup in a circle? Because you gotta really stir it in. You don't want the sugar to coagulate on the bottom. But yeah, I had that thought today of like, well, isn't theoretically, like, the prongs of the fork, like, making it double stir, extra stir, super stir? Like, you're technically stirring with 4 things at once? You see what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get to the art. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna be designing human versions of the bishops, because I thought that was a super fun idea. So we've got Leshy, and then Hecate, Calamar, and I forget the spider's name, Shamura, I think. And And let's get into it. First, I want to point out, so they've all got these bandages because they're different. So it's like Leshy's eyes have been taken out. It's like see no evil. And then Calamar's ears, it's hear no evil. And then Hecate's throat has been cut, and it's speak no evil. And then their brain is exposed, and it's think no evil. And then the one who waits, so the big bad guy at the end of the game, is representing do no evil. So that's the gimmick. Super stir. Use those electric whisks to stir the coffee. Fun fact, there's a species of tarantula that has blue rings on its legs. Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. And what a shame that I hate spiders. We're starting with Leshy, who I've learned is actually an earthworm. They're not just a bush. This is just a very interestingly way to style an earthworm that we've got going on here. And so what I want to do is I want to try to emulate these segmented deal, you know, that we got going on with you know, I want to try to get that shape onto Leshy. So let's scoot on over here and get started. So again, I'm using a mouse, earthworm or orthworm. You know, I'm gonna admit, I don't know. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm using a mouse, one, because I don't have my art tablet set up for this computer, because I'm nervous about doing that. But also, two, I used to do all my art with a mouse anyway, so I think it's nice to show people that you don't need a bunch of fancy, you don't need the high-end equipment in order to still make art. So, Leshy is one of the brothers. Leshy and Calamar are male, Hecate is the one sister, and then Shimura is gender neutral. So, but we're gonna kind of make Leshy a little plorpity here. Nice. To emulate that segmented look that we were talking about with the earthworm. Would you steal all of us if we were worms? Yes. Yes, I would. And you know what I'd do? I'd cut you all in half, so then you would all double, because I think both halves of the worm continue to live. I said that, but I'm not 100% confident in that. I'm gonna change something here. So, this titty is over a little far. I'm going to scoot it over so then we can more confidently see Leshy's back here. There you go. Like that, the belly button would be like there, but that's not gonna matter for us. Okay. Hips don't lie. Don't forget to give your characters a crotch. Even if you don't need to explicitly draw everything that goes into a crotch, but just so you know, because there's weight there effectively, and so you need to know how to organize their pants. Some legs. I like to try to help myself find the knee sometimes, especially if, honestly, if their legs are thinner. Finding the things, it's gonna be a chill stream, by the way. If legs are thinner, you know, if I was drawing a skinny person with thin little legs, sometimes it can be kind of hard to keep the knee, looking right, and sometimes segmenting it by, thigh and then calf like this is a good way to make sure you don't lose what you're doing. It's a big ass foot. Nice, looking nice. Let's save. Okay. Broad. Hi, hello. I ate 7 portions of pasta and now I'm dying. That's so much pasta. Nep, you're going to become a pasta noodle. Are they gonna be hot? That's beauty's in the eye of the beholder, Pokemon Master. Anyone can be hot if you think about it. Twiins, mid-chilling. It's gonna be a chill stream, by the way. If we were worms and you cut us in half, we would die. This doesn't apply to planarian worms, which are not earthworms. Oh no! Imagine how tragic that would be. Me being like, don't worry, even though you're worms, I still love you. And then I cut you in half thinking I get to spread the love, and then instead, I just kill you. That's some fucking Nier Automata shit right there. Alright, unless she's gonna have some kind of chunky arms as well. I may be using a mouse, but this is, like, generally speaking, how character design operates. Like, my line art is a bit more lumpy plumpy than usual, but you're getting a good look into how character design kind of flies. Great, unless she's a little short, I think I want his legs to be longer. So we're gonna select them. And I'm gonna distort them. We'll just, no, that's not gonna work. I want them to become long. So, there we go. And if we're making his legs longer, we gotta make his arms longer so that his anatomy is correct. So I'm gonna squish. Nope, that's not right. We're gonna. There we go. There we go. There we go. Other arm. Let's go. Nice. There we go. Now we got Leshy's body. Great. Foot hand. Shut up. This is a rough sketch. If you worry about all the little things in a rough sketch, then you'll never finish your picture. That line up there, that's just so I know, like, where the hairline ends. Cause otherwise the hair can kind of end up crawling up and down the head, you know? I feel it's nice for myself to just find where the hairline should be. Poisonally. So we're gonna lower the opacity of that layer, start a new one, and then we're shifting to blue. I'm working with red and blue mostly just so it's easy to see. These will help me be able to clearly understand what's happening once we get to the line art layer. If I do an art stream, it would take forever because I use the 8 head method and trying to make the proportions right. I've never understood the head method because I don't know, it just feels like it only works for, like, one body type. I think it operates well for chibis, but yeah, just drawing, like, 13 circles or whatever, like, it feels like just an unnecessary step, if you ask me. But there's no wrong way to do art. If someone else is like, draw 13 heads, and that way you know how tall to make your guy, it's like, well, you know, I'm glad that works for you. But yeah, it's not something that I ever really grasped. We're working with a bit of a style here, but it won't be, like, full chibi. So, let's get his hair. I want the bush that we have going on here, I want that to kind of become his hair. I've got both versions of each of them, both cloaked and then also their creepy forms, mostly to help see their bodies, since the cloaks do hide them so well. Yeah, so let's get Leshy's hair. And I want to emulate this bushy kind of texture. So we're gonna do this. 27 heads, all hyper detailed and with flowing locks. It's like that one SpongeBob episode. That's a little dark. It's like that one SpongeBob episode where he does art and and he draws a perfect circle by drawing a head and then erasing the details. One of the fun things about being an artist is figuring out exactly how you want something to go down. So I've decided that to give him a bit of a widow's peak, but then I thought it would be fun if the hair was a little bit more all-encompassing, and so we're rolling with that. That's the thing. You know, I say a lot in, like, drawn-outs that being an artist means making decisions, and that's what I mean. You're thinking when you do art. 'Cause, and that's why it's so funny when people are, like, I was talking about, like, designs in Ruby, and how it doesn't make sense for, like, why would you cut their hair if there's no reason for it, story-wise, and people be like, you don't need a reason to cut your hair, and it's like, yeah, but an artist had to decide to do that. Yeah, real life, you can just get a haircut, it doesn't matter, but in art, every single thing that goes into a picture, everything, needs to have been decided. And there needs to be a good reason for that decision, because otherwise you're just throwing shit on the page, isn't it? Give one of them a widow's peak that rivals Vegeta's. If I had a nickel for every artist episode of SpongeBob, I'd have 3 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that's happened 3 times. Does Doodlebob fall into that? Is Doodlebob part of that 3? Hello, welcome. Blake's Bob isn't terrible. Like, and that's something that a lot of people kind of misunderstood in my video, is that nose. Yeah. Is that I say that if she had cut her hair after all of the stuff with Adam, it would have been trite, but at least it would have made sense. And people would be like, actually, people cut their hair sometimes, especially in Japanese, because when they break up with someone, because la-di-da-di-da. And I'm like, yes, I know, that's what I'm saying. That would have been trite, but at least that would have been an excuse. But instead, they waited a whole volume to do that. And it's just, listen to all the words I say. We're gonna go with a small mouth for Leshy. So then it's funny, because then theoretically Leshy could open their mouth and it's this gaping maw. Her mom just wears it better. First draw his head, then I erase the more detailed features that 1, 2, 3, a circle. Listen to all the words, how about no? Alright, and then let's figure out, let's get this cape happening. Okay, so for this is easy. We're just translating exactly what we're seeing on the page. Oh, not that brush. Okay. I can't use my usual brush because I don't have it downloaded on this on this computer, and I was like, oh shit. So this is why you draw, like, the whole body, so then we can accurately have the clothes interact with it. If I was just going straight in, I'd, like, give him shoulders like this, and it's not what we want. We want to be able to, like, see the clothes, like, interact with the body around him, you see? Kind of a deal, and then, like, you know, theoretically we could do something like that. And we know how everything looks because we have the reference of his body underneath. That looks pretty good, actually, what I did just there. It's a little unconventional, but we're gonna roll with that for Leshy. I like his shoulders being exposed. This part isn't right, though. I want it to be longer. I like capes. I've always liked capes, so let's get this side going. Is the brush from Clip Studio Asset Store? No, it's one of the technically, like, default brushes. It's just I didn't download all of them when I got it on this computer. Like, oh fuck, like a fool. Kinda, yeah, okay, nice. Cape. Hell yeah. Kind of between the legs. Nice. Cool. That looks great. Let's save. You'll notice I'll scroll out. I think there's a good number of 3D modelers. It's not just one person. by any means, for working for Ruby. You'll notice artists zoom out a lot, because that's the thing. If you're doing your art like this, and you're, putting down a bunch of details or whatever the fuck, and worrying about, like, all these things, you're not seeing the big picture. You need to be able to, like, your little crop top or whatever you've just drawn here would look great, but if it doesn't work with the rest of the image, then what's the point? Because people aren't looking at your picture one little thing at a time. They're not just looking at the hair, just looking at the hands, just looking at the whatever. They're seeing the whole picture. And so you gotta make sure you're zooming out to make sure everything you're doing is cohesive and working properly. Let's get this happening. Yeah. Not gonna worry about this too much. But I want to make sure I know what I'm doing here. Then edge. Nice. And we'll handle the finer details when we get to the color stage. I saw The Incredibles. Oh, no capes. I actually really liked The Incredibles. That's one we watched a lot. Twins. I think I'm just built different. As I just do it and either works or doesn't, then I cry. You're just doing it the hard way, I'll say. Because theoretically you could still learn by doing that. But, you're forcing yourself to kind of trial by fire it. Now we gotta design his outfit. Which we get to have full control over since we don't get to see any kind of clothes on Leshy. I'd like to try to incorporate as many elements of him as possible. So let's give him, okay. These, like, leaves along his body, I think that's fun, and we're going to kind of emulate that with a shirt. No, I don't like that. Okay, emulate that with a shirt. So, like, a torn shirt. Oh, I forget what Leshy represented. Like, Hecate was, like, famine and stuff. I forget what Leshy was. Little titty line there. I want to get something that looks like his eye on here. And I'm a huge fan of neck accessories. So we'll put that there so I kind of remember that. Nice. Now imagining the trial by fire scene from the Finding of Nemo. We're gonna make the sleeves longer. Yeah. Long sleeves. Like. There we go. And then his fingers. Cute. Kawaii. and I want to get some vines on him. Have cute vine things adorning his arms. And we'll do it over here on the other side too. Great. Wish I had long music. The problem is, the guy I always go with, I don't think he has any tracks that are longer than, like, 6 minutes or something. Great. Look at those. Cool. Where was his belly button? Like, there. And we got, now we got his pants. Nice. Looking cute. Leshy's Chaos? Don't like the cat in Volume 9? What a shame. Because he's voiced by Robbie Damon, who's a sweetheart. But also, that doesn't really matter. Word on the street is, like, those in my chat or in my Discord were talking about how, I'm gonna wrap something around his waist. How there wasn't even a fight in the first episode of Volume 9. And it's like, oof. There's only 10 episodes and you can't even get a fight for the first one? That's bad. That's volume 5 level shit right there. Nice. Okay. But yeah, like, I honestly, Ruby seems just so not worth it, if you ask me. I'm gonna emulate the wood in his shoes. These, like, wood horns that he's got going on. So, I want them to be, like, low. And they're wiggly because they're wood. And then they come up. Yeah, baby. Little horn. Nice! Cool. Okay. And we're gonna make them, like, heels, because these come to points in really cool ways. Hell yeah, boy! Look at that! And then another shoe. Excellent. Look at this. This outfit's fucking fire. Now this is an eldritch god. And then pants are gonna be kind of nothing special. We got a lot of detailing around the pants. You don't want to be overbearing with that kind of stuff. Okay, great. And now we've got our rough sketch. Twiins, rough sketch. Well, for this stream, that's probably how we'll work. Well, no. Well, damn it. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, so now we have our rough sketch all done. We're going to lower this opacity even more of the bottom layer, and then lower our blue so we can see what we're doing. And now we do our line art. I'm going to actually lower the brush size just a smiglet for the line art. Hello, welcome. Only Eldritch gods wear cowboy heels. Alright, so I want to make this even smaller, I think. Maybe one more. Okay, cool. And this is where you start focusing. Nice. Okay. And then the bandages. And we'll kind of schmancy those up when we get to the color stage. One more. But a small one. There we go. Okay. Little mouth, because that's funny. Kind of chin line? No, I'm not feeling that. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is how you do art. Just draw the same thing over and over. I swear though, so I watch a lot of artists. Like I follow a lot of them on Twitter, on Pixiv, and I like to watch other people do art on YouTube, and there's so many good ones. And there's a couple that I love their art so much. It's so good. But I'll watch their like speed paints or whatever, and they'll draw something, and I'm like, this looks amazing. And then they'll do like, that's not the line art. Like that was the rough sketch. And then they do more, and it's like, why? It was so good, and then it's still really good, and it just feels like they're, honestly, I'm gonna describe it as wasting their own time, but not in a way that's like, this is bad. Like, it's great art. I just feel like they're spending their time in just a fascinating way to kind of go over the same thing so many times, when, I don't know, I feel like it was already amazing at first. That's the fatal curse all artists must face, is that, did you just quickly kind of make a little thing? People are gonna like that better than the high detailed, really, intensive stuff that he worked on, they're gonna like him more. It's just how it is. It's you can't control this stuff. Hello, welcome. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, artists. Oh, dude, there's one artist. It feels bad to say this. I love them. I love their stuff. It's so good. I prefer it when they don't finish pictures. They'll post like their work in progresses, and like they're rough. And it's really sketchy and really rough. And I like those more than their finished works. Their finished pictures are still really pretty, obviously. But there's just like a life to the texture of their rough sketches. I've got like hair in my mouse. Does anybody else deal with that? Getting like hair and dust in your mouse sensor, and it kind of makes it makes it all higgledy-schmiggledy sometimes. But yeah, like their rough sketches just have like an energy to them that I think is really great and really pretty, and you lose that when you make a finished version. And I don't know, I like their art so much, and it just, because I know it would hurt to hear that. I think they're a Korean artist, so they also don't know I exist, so it doesn't matter. But to hear that all that work you put in makes it worse, because that's effectively like if you boil it down to the mean way of saying it, that's what I'm saying. It was better when you didn't put in all this work. And I don't mean it that way. I really like their finished things too, but I think they just have such a good art when it's in the rough sketch phase, and I'd love to see them kind of learn how to capture that a bit more. I'm not going to be looking at chat as often as just going to warn you guys now, because I kind of have to look at the thing I'm drawing. Of course, every now and then I'll shift my gaze over and take a little gander at you guys. But if I'm not as quick to see your chat, then just be aware that it's just because I'm focusing for the first time in my life. Get that song playing again, so we can count the minutes by taking note of how often the 4-minute song needs to get restarted. Feel that with my own art sometimes. It's a bit frustrating. Yeah, it's rough, and I think, when you're feeling that, just pay attention to what it is that you are liking so much with your rough sketch. And also keep in mind that there are no rules. Always. There's no rules when it comes to art. So you can just make a rough sketch and call that the finished product. You don't need to add like fancy line art or color or whatever it is. Perhaps just changing how you approach completing a picture might make you happier. Of course, you can also always learn, like, okay, well, then how do I make my quote-unquote finished pieces as good as my sketches, and work that way as well. Again, never any rules to art. I hate videos that are like that are like, do you dual monitor for chat? Yeah, I've got you also on my monitor right now, like, you're right next to my picture in my eyes, but it's a lot harder to look at chat when you kind of need to focus on what it is you're drawing. But yeah, I hate videos like this, and I never click on them. Sometimes they'll show up in, like, my recommendeds. It'll be like, never do this, or make your art better by doing this one trick, or things you should always do if you want to, and I hate those, because it's like, no, it's art. There are no absolutes like that. There is no always or never. I'm sure someone said, in order to make fine art, you have to use oil paints. And then, oh, I never remember his name. Pollock. Jackson Pollock was like, fuck off. And he used house paint. And I love Jackson Pollock stuff. People didn't consider Monet's Impressionist paintings real art because they weren't quote-unquote finished. And And I love Monet. He's one of my favorites. So, there are no rules. Don't worry. We'll have cool more conversations with ourselves. Done with my finished piece. Shows a blank paper. I did finish Cult of the Lamb. Yeah. I've got, I gotta get the last VOD up on YouTube. It was a doozy. It was a lot of things stopped working. Like, it wasn't that the game was too hard, but just that, like, my Elgato stopped, and then like, the game froze at one point, but it was fine. It was a lot of fun. You should be able to still find the VOD here on Twitch as well, but I'm working on getting that onto YouTube, so, yeah. Since Excalibur wants to be a little hand Nazi. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't say that word. Maybe Twitch will ban me. Ban me. There we go. Cute. Okay. That's the thing. I don't know the list of Twitch words that are like, don't say that. You're not allowed to say that one. If you say that, we'll auto-ban you. And it's like, what? Twiins painting a happy little bush. Ah, shit and piss. Fun fact, if I'm painting with oil paints, I heavily emulate Bob Ross. I really like Bob's style, and I like watching his stuff, and so when I had to work with oil paints in college, I was like, well, let's just do the one thing I know. And it was Bob. And I gotta say, my shit slapped. I got so many compliments from people. People loved what I was doing. So, because I can't paint realistically, but my, like, kind of more cartoon/anime kind of style, it just doesn't look all that right. Or at least it didn't look all that right when I tried to paint it with oils. So, it's like, well, if I can't draw characters, then let's just make some scenes. So, and it's hilarious because, generally speaking, I don't like doing backgrounds. I feel like I'm not good at rendering them when I'm working with the line art that I usually have. And I think it's just funny that I can only do backgrounds when I do them in the most traditional sense, i.e. in oil painting. I thought about working with, oh, what's it called? It's not ganache, that's a food. There's a type of paint that's like a mix between, like, kind of in between acrylic and watercolors. I'm pretty sure it starts with a G. And gouache, thank you! I knew you guys would know. I thought about working with gouache and see if I could, paint some backgrounds with that, but I just never got around to it. That's the thing, I don't like painting. It's so messy. It takes forever. Great! We've got Leshy. Now we gotta do the colors. God, I hate making backgrounds. Yeah, you gotta really treat a background like its own character. And that's why, so often in Grim Magic, the background is just a color. And then, here's a bonus fact. I really suck at drawing cities. I'm not good if the lines have to be straight and structured. I don't have a lot of experience being in, like, city locations. I grew up in a more rural area. And so, I'm not good at drawing cities. And then, so I'll be like, okay, then I'll put everyone into a forest. There he is, wow. But I'm not all that good at drawing trees either, so. So let's color here. Let me name this Leshy line. That might become just a permanent line color, but yeah, I'll be like, I can't draw, oh, fool. Just naming things so I don't get lost. Yeah, I can't draw cities, so it's like I'll just put everyone in a forest. And then I have to accept the fact that I don't know how to draw forests either. The best one I ever did, it was in The Raven and the Ravens. because when they're fighting the sun and moon monsters, I put them in a field, and that was the best thing on planet Earth. So, time for color. Coloring is my favorite part. Hey, that's a cute Leshy. I thought it was lamb because of the cute art style. Also, you have the vibes of the inscription Leshy. There's a lot of, like, kind of correlation between the two, so it makes sense. So, I like to I always use the eyedropper. Always, always, always. I love the eyedropper. Because I like to try to pull colors from the source whenever I can. So, I'm gonna start with the hair. We're gonna start with things that we know that we can do. So, and then the bandages, and some of my things are a little goofy. The fill bucket is your friend. There's no shame in using the fill bucket. If someone's like, if you use the fill bucket, you're not a real artist. No, they're a masochist who thinks it's more valuable to just slowly paint in the lines rather than just fill bucket in the lines when they get the job done exactly the same. So for things like Cult of the Lamb and other kind of turning things into a human thing, like, you know, designs, there's usually the big fun question is, what do you do about their skin tone? And that's another thing that, if I can, I like to try to pull a color directly from the art somewhere. But if that doesn't work anywhere, I like to still try to use a color as sort of a starting point. So let me get this cape handled. Get all these little lines going on. Okay. And so the boots are based off of these horns. So we're gonna color them in really quick. But also for Leshy's body here, oops, missed. For Leshy's body here, I worked with this earthworm shape, and Leshy's shirt and pants are kind of, I was working with these leaves, draping around the earthworm segments. And so this brown is also what I was working with for Leshy's body. However, I don't want Leshy's skin tone and the color of the boots to be exactly the same. That'd be a little bit weird. But that means we're kind of working with a darker tanned skin tone. So let's scoot up here. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. And there we go. There's Leshy's skin tone. Of course, sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes you can go in a really opposite direction. For example, if you've watched my Magical Girl May video, where I humanized all my Pokemon, my alchemy. So I knew I wanted to get the salted cream alchemy, the one that's like white. And I knew that going in, because I think that one's the cutest. And so I opted to give her very dark skin, because that would help the white really pop. You know what I'm saying? In contrast, getting a character with, like, if there was an option for a black alchemy, I could go with white skin to make the blacks really stand out. That's how it works. It's just science, and of course, you don't need to adhere to that. But so that's another way you can roll with things is to contrast colors if that's what you're working for. Will you have freckles? Looking at Leshy here. These kind of do read like a bit like freckly, maybe? We'll think about it. First we'll lay down the rest of the colors, and then we'll see how we feel. So, personally, I don't like to use, like, straight up black. Like, the eyes here and the crown, they're, like, all the way black, just like the line art. And I don't really like rolling with that more often than not. So, I like to pull up a little bit on the color wheel and really have it just be, like, a dark gray. That's just a personal thing, though, because I don't want to lose the detail that I have in my line art. You know, I do tend to put a lot of, like, important things in the line art, rather than in, like, shading. So, Yeah, but that's just a personal thing. Let's get this red right here. Nice. So don't make it like Weiss's first outfit. So I think Weiss's first outfit was doing the job pretty well, honestly. I think personally, and I think that's a conversation to always have. People will, we're rolling with the shade color for the shirt because his head casts a lot of shadow on the leaves, and it kind of just, while similar to the hair, it's gonna be a little bit different. Just so it's not like too samey, but it's still kind of rolling with what we got going on. But yeah, that's a thing that you'll see a lot in fan. Ooh, actually, nope, I'm changing my mind because the vines can actually be dark green. So there we go. That's what art is, making decisions. But yeah, fan artists will often choose to make Blake dark skinned because she's representing the color black. And while I totally understand the mindset behind that, and as always, there's no rules in art. It's not a bad idea to do that. But if you ask me, I think making Weiss dark-skinned, if you wanna do that, if you go in being like, I want to make one of the RWBY characters have darker skin, because I don't know, inclusivity is cool. That's swell. And I personally, I think making Weiss darker skinned would be the way to go because it's rolling with that contrast in a way that Blake already is. Blake has a lighter skin tone, which makes the blacks of her outfit pop. And while Weiss works, if you want to roll with that kind of idea, then I think Weiss could be a good sort of parallel to Blake in that way. Think about it kind of like 2B's alt outfit in Soul Calibur. It's got a very similar sort of mindset as that. For his pants, I'm pulling this color from the holes he makes. So it's effectively the color of the earth. It's still brown, but actually that's really similar to his skin tone. I don't want to do that. We're gonna make it just black. Yeah. We're gonna have it match this part up here, maybe. I don't want it to look like the same as the cape behind him. There we go. Perfect. Nice. It's a lot of green, but Leshy's got a lot of green on him. Twin reserves black for her soul. Cool. Cool. Great, and there you go, that's how you add color. We're gonna add a couple more details here on the cape. So let me get this color. Oh, I made the brush bigger so I could color. We were working on 6. Okay, so adding details to your art. We're not gonna shade it or anything. We're just gonna roll with just colors, but still pretty cute. Cool. I hate doing details like this. It's so time consuming. So this is not the first time this stream that I've mentioned, like, taking a long time to do art, and it makes sense, I think, that that's something I kind of prioritize, because I'm a comic artist. I need to be able to draw many things quickly. I need to draw, like, fucking multiple panels swiftly, and so I think it makes sense that my brain tends to be like, you're going too slow. You're not gonna finish your comic. I kind of understand why people draw Blake black because she's a minority, and what's a bigger minority in America other than black people, but personally I always thought she was supposed to be French because of beauty. Yeah, originally they had thought about giving her a French accent as well. I think it makes sense that she reads Japanese, or at least to some degree some combination of Asian coded, because, you know, Menagerie is like part Malaysian, but there's a lot. They're not very, like, clear with what kind of... They tend to kind of squish Asian coding things together a bit in RWBY. But beside the point. I think it makes sense for an Asian man to make his minority character also Asian, you know? Personally. But I do get it that people, like, a lot of the marginalized groups in America are people of color. And while Asians absolutely fall into that, and they also deserve representation, I do see why people jump to representing... Nope. Clicked the wrong button. Representing Blake that way. Just finishing up these lines so that the cape looks right. There we go. Nice! Cool. And now we're getting just some more details happening on the shoulders and stuff. And then we get to do the fun part. Oops, wrong layer. Do not want to do that on the line layer. There we go. Leshy looks great. I didn't go in with any, like, plans for any of them. So, this is a lot of fun. Cool. And now we gotta do the funnest part. It's blood. Yeah, mishmashing cultures is not the best thing in existing. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that they don't want to, like... They're not trying to... Well, that's the problem. They're trying to make a show that discusses racism, without also wanting to address any specific kind of race. It's flawed, to say the least. Alright. So, Leshy's eyes are... Ouchies, ouchies. Hell yeah. I'm gonna make that bit darker, actually, on his skin. I don't want it to get onto his hair. I'll erase that part. Nice. There we go. Okay. Get all the details in there. Get rid of it on his hair. Whoop. Make this part a little bit darker. Ooh, yeah. And also some... Then, even one more. Leshy! Nice. Blood. If Calamar isn't designed like a pirate, I would seethe and mold because Calamar is such a character coded as pirate with the boss theme and general Cthulhu Corsair ambience. They do have a big pirate sword. We're not gonna do Calamar next. We're gonna go in order, which means next is Hecate, my least favorite because she gave me a lot of trouble. More fan art material. Oh. So cool. Now we do it again. We're gonna do it in a fun little way. So we're gonna start a whole new layer for... Gonna make that... What were we at? I think it was 10. Cool. Whole new layer for Hecate so that we can have her head be the same size as Leshy. I'm gonna go over... Just go over his head so we know how big the heads are. And then we can give Leshy their lines back. There we go. Nice. In my opinion, as someone who's half black, I find when people make a character black simply because of design/name, a serious eye roll. Like, yes, you're so smart for changing Jet Black to a black guy in live-action Cowboy Bebop. How did that? How did you think of that? Isn't Jet already like? He's pretty dark skinned. He's kind of in that weird gray area, that is like. It's hard to pin a race on Jet Black. All right. So she's a big goyle, being a frog and all. How do we get all these eyes incorporated into the design? We'll think of that. This mouth is also really unique, and I think should play a big role in the design as well. But let's start with her body, which she's gonna be another sort of chunky princess. We'll have her face. Yeah, she faces this way too. She and Leshy both look the same way. Big girl. Alright, I'm gonna do something kind of weird. I'm gonna start by not giving her any titties. It's just so I can keep track of, like, where her body is. I'll add them in a second. I want her to be, like, kind of stout, but I want her to be actually, like, kind of beefy as well. I don't want her to just be, like, overweight. I want this size to correlate into more than just fat content, but also some muscle mass to help her kind of stand apart from Leshy as well. Yeah, she's also gonna be shorter than him. How would she stand? Does she stand like a lady? Yes. Cute little legs. That calf is a little small. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Nice. That thigh's a little small too. Hang on. Nice. This leg's kinda... There we go. I don't think she's gonna be wearing heels though, but we'll handle that in a second. This leg's still way too thin. Look at this leg. Fucking wrong ass leg. But we can fix that by just scooting the lines over. Bloop. There we go. Now we got a properly sized leg there. Just fill in the gaps. Cool. This foot's a little small. Maybe just make it a little bit wider. We'll see how I feel about that. Okay. Stand like a lady. I mean, like, did I want her to be in, like, a sexy pose kind of a thing? You mean, like, stand upright? No. Like, would she be kind of mugging for camera? Is what I'm saying. And we're gonna put her in another kind of similar sort of... Oh, let's give her her chest. Which actually isn't gonna be, like, huge. Hang on. Tits. Okay. Yeah, not massive things. This one's honestly a little big. There we go. Cause while she's large and in charge, looking at the frog, you know, this part, there's not a lot of depth there. It's mostly going to be in the legs, which makes sense. She's a frog. So actually, I may want to even add even more to her thighs. Cool. All right. And then, hang on. Let me do this. So this is helping me know where I need to put things. A ruff for your ruff, if you will. Beef arms. Are these beefy enough? Do I want them even bigger? We'll see. We'll see when I finish and we zoom out. That looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, cool. Nice. And hand will be here. This hand's kind of doing an interesting. It'll be like something like that. Okay, cool. There she is, and now we can connect it to our previous rough sketch line, so that oh, but let me get rid of the arm arm deals here. So then we're not over cluttering our layers. And now let's get some details in. Okay, so the 4 eyes is really like an important part of this design. Like, imagine, if you will, if... Why? Oh, it's because I'm erasing. Imagine, if you will, if she looked like this. It's a completely different design, right? But she doesn't. She's got 4 eyes. And so that's, I think, an important thing to incorporate. And I'd like to keep it on her head as well. So, and how I'm gonna do that, I believe, is going to be kind of fun. What we're gonna do is, because you could do all this with the hair, I think we're going to give her goggles instead. So I want the hair to kind of be the rest of the head shape. So, ew, why am I, okay, the rest of the head shape. I want her to have like this kind of a cute little hairstyle. Nice. Nice, nice. This is getting the shape of her cheeks. That's what I'm doing here. And then I think blunt bangs. That sounds cute. Okay. And then, so I'm gonna kind of like a lower nose. Something kind of like that. Ew. But not terrible looking. And then I want her to have goggles on the top of her head. So, like, goggle lens, goggly bit, goggle thing. There we go. And then great. And then kind of just wrap that around. Cool. And yeah, we'll make that look nice once we get to the line art phase. Danny. Go, music, go. Cool. She's got a pretty wide head. Let's kind of roll with this chin shape. Cool. Okay, there's a lot of important things happening on her face. But I don't want to overload it with details. So, we're gonna focus on the mouth, because the mouth is pretty important. We're going to give her kind of a kappa mouth here, and I want her teeth to be visible. Yeah. Great. And the way we're gonna do it is, don't forget that. Okay, cool. And now let's get her eyes. And while one could be inclined to make them look like these eyes, like how they all have, I'm actually going to get these cross-looking designs elsewhere, kind of like how we did with Leshy, you know, with his, like, neck piece thing. I'd like to keep them up near her, and you know what? I think what would be cool is if they were, like, shoulder bits. Yeah. Shoulder bits. Hell yeah. Look at how cool she's looking. Will she be a redhead? Yeah, probably. I'm probably gonna roll with the frog's skin tone, or like the red as her hair color. And then this underbelly part as her skin tone, or an adjacent one. Oops. So let's get her eyes. We're kind of using the crown. I'm gonna use the crown as kind of inspiration here, with its triangular shape. Cool. Alright. Now let's get the rest of her going on. As opposed to all those red-skinned humans. Yeah, I know, like walking around, a sunburn person. Me, if I go outside for literally any amount of time. So, she's bandaged up in the throat. She's got it as like a cute little scarf. See that? Isn't that cute? So, this is cool. We can kind of see what's implied to be hands here, holding her like cloak shut. And that's gonna play a part in our character design for her, because I like the idea of her having black gloves. How long of gloves, though? I think short gloves. I think with this kind of design, keeping things shorter is good. We're rolling with the feel of all the other elements on her. You know what I'm saying? I should figure out what's going on with this hand now. Yeah. Wrinkles. Once you figure out how to draw some wrinkles on things, you'll never stop. Yo, was this the new Velma from the show everyone hates? What a shame. That show didn't need to be bad. She's bandaged on the arms too. Okay. I think I want her arms to be exposed. Yeah, I think I want her sleeves to be short. But yeah, that Velma show didn't need to be bad. What a shame that it ended up like that. And I think this should go without saying. No, obviously it's not bad because they, like, changed the race of some of the characters. No one cares. It's a fascinating decision, but not an, like, overtly bad one. It's bad because the show was just bad. Like, the writing wasn't good. But, oh well, man. What are you gonna do? So her cape. She keeps it pretty closed, pretty tight, but I think I want to be able to see what's going on around her. There we go. You know, wrinkles. Gotta get those wrinkles in. Okay. Oh, Jesus fuck. It's Vincent. Vincent opened my door. Hi, guy. What you doing? I thought you were taking a nap. We're all good. It's fine. I think I want... That's too many. That's too many of those. Okay, so just figuring out what we're doing with this shirt. Should she perhaps have a skirt? No, I've got an idea. I've got an amazing idea. Oh my gosh, I'm the smartest person alive. Okay. Like a cute kind of... It's like overalls. Like a one-piece thing. Look at how cute this is. Yes, and also, more importantly, what it does is it helps accentuate her thighs. We're putting a focus on her thighs. And then maybe like a thing here. A little zipper. Great! Yeah, and then beefy arms are exposed. Vincent, sup? Nice place. If anything else, it got me more interested in Mr. Ink. You know what? That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, people get to still love... Why did I do it that way? People get to still love the other Scooby-Doos. It's just, you know, what's the most annoying thing is I heard that they were gonna make, like, a Hex Girl spin-off, and that got canceled. And it's like, no, the Hex Girls, they're so cool. No, this isn't fair. Do I want it to go all the way up? I'll think about it. Alright. Now what are we doing with these legs? I think... Short shoes. Yeah. Short shoes and predominantly bare legs. To help give them some importance. We are highlighting them with the lack of clothes on them. I'll have this kind of replicate the look of the frog feet. Cool. And, you know, I think that's good. Alright. Oh, that's right. Her arms are also bandaged. Okay. You'll notice that I haven't done, like, all of the, sketch, like, blue lines for all of her limbs. It's because if I don't have to, there's no reason to, you know? I know what the arms look like. This, the red rough sketch works fine for that. Cool. Okay, but cross heels though. That's some Bayonetta shit right there. Which is not a bad thing. Alright. Oh, heck it. You were my least favorite. And then I fought Calamar. That's not right. You know, my layers are too similar in opacity. I'm losing what I'm doing. There we go. Let's erase that. I want you to be lower, damn it. Okay. There we go. Let's make these goggles look right. Hecate was the famine one, correct? She's the one that made us starve. Dick move, Hecate. Not as dickish as, fucking Shimura's making me kill my followers. Though, it's a pretty cool, like, bit, you know, when, you know, they pulled out Syriza and it's like, no! It's also pretty smart that they don't make you do that too many times, either. The hair's bothering me. It's bothering me a lot. Fuck. There we go. Lizardbug's back. We're working on Hecate. No, that's alright that you lost connection. Honestly, my internet probably might not be doing all that well itself. It's still, the weather is still quite bad where I am. Yesterday it wasn't a problem, but you can never predict these things. Pupil, nice. We're gonna just make them black, kind of roll with the game's art style. Isn't she cute? I think she's super cute. Okay. Twiins internet. Look, lady, I can't control the weather. Yet. This is important, so I want us to kind of get to see the scar here. I like to put lines in scars. It's just a personal thing. Okay. Great! And don't forget, I'm using a mouse. This isn't so I can be like, look at how amazing I am using a mouse. Wow. Give me compliments. But again, just to hammer home that you don't need an art tablet in order to still be able to make something. I used to do all my pictures with a mouse. And you still learn a lot doing it this way. I will say getting an art tablet has been wholly beneficial in my life. It was one of the greatest things I've ever received, but not necessary for you to still be able to have fun doing art. Adios, Nep. Have fun eating. Don't become a pasta noodle. I hope you poop and feel better. I think that's the only way to save yourself now. Lumpy, but whatever. We're not gonna achieve perfection today. Nice. She looks fucking great. I'm really happy with these so far. Not to toot my own horn, but clean that line right there. Zipper. Great. Fun fact. Ew. Hang on. Okay, fun fact. Word on the street is that doing art with friends helps with creativity and produces effectively just better art all the way around. You draw better if you're drawing with others. It is great for communities. I wonder if that applies to kind of distantly, kind of like how we are right now. Like, if I'm doing art and one of you is doing art, like, are you benefiting from doing art together, quote unquote, as if I were in the room? I don't know. It's something I think about, though. I definitely like hearing about art, just makes me fucking want to keep going, man. Lillian's hair, hello! I first started drawing with mouse by making Vroid models. Yo, I've played around with Vroid a little bit. It's complex, but really neato. It kind of nuked my old computer, though. You want to achieve perfection? Just look in a mirror. Ayy. She looked like the kind of character that is a genius, but also kind of the type of smug princess that could beat your ass physically as much as creatively. Perfect. I think we're capturing Hecate's vibe to a T then. I want her elbow to be sharper. Yeah. Cool gloves. Yeah, seeing the stream adds +1 to your art skill. Dude, I found a channel the other day. Ooh, I forget what it was called. But they were talking about manga. and I ate that shit up. They were like breaking down like how to, you know, like manga, not necessarily how to, but like taking the time to study how mangakas go about like things that they excel at. Like they talked about man, what's it called? Little Witch Atelier, that one, and how the mangaka really does a great job with paneling. And they talked about this like fucking food dungeon manga and how that mangaka has gone about doing different body types. And it was just so much fun. I love learning about art. We are gonna make it go all the way. It zips from here. There we go. There we go. Now she doesn't look incomplete, but I want that line to be a little bit more of something. Hang on. I'll get the music in just a second. I need it. There we go. Nice! Okay. Pew. You're doing art right now? So, Riza, is your art benefited from me talking about art? Are you making art like you've never made art before? Or is it just like, you know, nothing too special? Like, nothing different. It's... No, Twiins. You aren't the special ingredient that makes other people art masters. Wouldn't that be cool, though? What a superpower that'd be. I get to just be like, doink, you're a master artist. Plonk. You will win the art competition. That hand sucks. Hang on, I need to focus. There we go. I don't want to do the rest of the hand. We'll do this. Hand idea. Okay. Hey chat, if you're the ones making humanized versions of the 4 bishops of the Cult of Lamb, how would you make them? That's a great question. Because you guys are watching my process and how I'm doing it. But as always, I love seeing other people do art because it's different. That's the great thing about multiple artists existing on planet Earth, is that you guys may do something totally different from me. You may have decided, you know what, I think Leshy's hair should be straight, and instead we're gonna incorporate this like bush design into like an element of his shirt. Maybe you went with a different skin tone. Maybe you're like, goggles on Hecate? Nah, man. Obviously, that's supposed to be part of her hair. You know? So yeah, don't be afraid to share with each other what ideas you have and how you would go about this. Look at you, lizard bug, with the good chat conversation starters. I will make art like I've never made art before, aka bad. No, you can't let yourself. Everyone starts bad. No one just gets good overnight. And also, like, and somebody will like your stuff. That's the thing. Art is for everybody. Are you, like, and you can't just put yourself down. If you want to make art, you gotta believe in yourself. Because you can do it. I believe in you. Twiins a superpower, making people good at art, but not myself. I like kind of how my rough kind of ended up kind of looking like sort of platform shoes, so we're gonna do that. Great! I finished the line art, that means we get to go into coloring! My favorite part. Speak for yourself, I was born clutching a pen and tablet. Would have been a terrible birth for your mom to endure. Alright, let's color her in. We may have to get a help me see color on the page. What that means is sometimes if you're working with like, if you're like, alright, time to color in this character's outfit, and it's near white, that could be kind of hard for me to see, personally. And so what I'll do is I'll get a neutral, usually green, it's just what I'm used to, and try to get it pretty close to the gray, and fill the whole screen with that. So then, if we want to do our are practically white kind of coloration. You can see it now. You know what I'm saying? So we may need to pull that out, but I don't know. Damn, that looks nice. Hecate may have been one of my least favorite to fight, but her design is pretty 10 out of 10, if I do say so myself. So let's make her shirt this like tan thing, her like little outfit she's got. Yeah, boy. Can the pockets be a different color? Oh, she's got all these eyes on her. Okay, I'm gonna incorporate that into the look too. We'll do that when we get into the kind of deeper into the coloring stage. Oh, got an idea. We're gonna make the zipper the same color as the gold trim of their cloaks. I forgot the rest of the cape! I'm an idiot. I gave her the little shouldery bits, but then I forgot to do everything else. Hang on. And you guys were just gonna let me do that? Come on, chat. I'm gonna make hers a little bit shorter. Because it doesn't quite cover her properly when she's big. Cape kind of goes this way. Nice. And then they end at that seam, and then they connect at the bottom. Okay. Cool. There we go. Good gravy. Pretty heckin' good. Let's get a skin tone on her. I want it to be similar to this tan, but I think we're gonna make it a little bit yellower, a little bit brighter, or lighter, rather. Oh lord! Nothing quite like being on the wrong layer. Is that what I want? I want it to be a little more saturated. Yes. The scar will be a different color, though. She's so tough. I'm delighted by her. Oh, see, now we got a thing to think about. Do we want her to be wearing leggings that are red? I think I do, but we're gonna color everything else in first and kind of handle that in a second. Yuck. Get in there. Okay. Coloring in all the colors. I like coloring things. I remember one time, I was like fucking like 4 or something. I was coloring in a coloring book page, nothing special. And I spent like forever on it. and right before I finished, Critter was like she was bored, and so she pushed my arm, and I ruined like a thing, like I colored outside the line, and I was so upset. Thinking back, it didn't really matter, but now I'm just like, jerk move, Critter. But also, self overreacted a little bit. Lizardbug says, so this is my visions for the precepts of this game, in my opinion. Leshy would be like a very classical flora druid wearing literal plant. Okay, cool. Hecate would be a Pharaon clothed girl with mushroom as a main component. Calamar would be a hybrid between Cthulhu, cultist, and pirate. And Shiruma would have an ambiguous gendered style of clothes and body physique and a spider-style warrior prophet. Wrong layer, Kronk. Yeah. Fascinating stuff. Da, da, da. Let's get the really dark black elements. Let's get those. I'm gonna steal them from Leshy so that they are consistent. I want to get the red crosses in her goggles as well. Good. Music, come back. Alright, alright. Good. And we're gonna actually kind of roll with this color a lot on her. This will be incorporated into all these little details that we got around her. All the wrappings, so to say. Oh, missed a part of her hair. I'll have to get that. Oop, oop, doop, doop, doop. Okay. Why'd you do it that way? Alright, 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 hang on. Get it. Cool. Alright. And then I think for them specifically, we'll actually get a little... Nice. Just so we got a little bit of variety right there. Alright, alright. Let's get all the other kind of gold-ish elements happening. And the bandages. And her gloves are also black. Mustn't forget. I've got an opening there. Bloink. Come on. Bloink. There we go. So we're gonna fill in that opening just here on the color layer. That's usually how I do it. Don't have time to go into the layers. Gloves are also back. I want to clean up this edge here because my fill bucket kind of went over the line. Great. And let's clean up these little like white spots. Don't want these, especially on a dark thing like the gloves. They stand out so much. So yeah, we've got not a whole lot of red on her, and I want to fix that because she's got a lot of red on her. So we're going to make the legs also red, like leggings. There we go. She feels a lot more balanced now, and the legs still stand out, being the only other kind of red thing on her. And I want them to play an important role in the design. Because, as a frog, legs are kind of important. Frogs jump. Boop. Boop. You gonna lurk? That's alright, that's alright. Lurkers are always welcome. If someone's like, lurkers suck. Lurkers are bad. If you're not actively in chat, then get out of chat. That person's stupid. Like, it's fun interacting with chat, I think. But not everyone wants to join in the convo. And that's alright. Hell yeah. I want her eyes to be yellow, like her crown. Do I want them to be full yellow? Or do I want her to have irises? Yeah, I think I want her to have irises. Jumping back into the line art. Ooh yeah. Making sure I go back into my color layer. I didn't incorporate Leshy's crown on him anywhere. It's just got more green on it though. I think that's fine. Cool. She looks fucking great. I'm so happy with this. Alright, alright. And let's get these shoesies. What are we gonna pull? I think I want the shoes to be the shading color for the red. Do I? Does that look weird, being the only thing like that? No, I like it. We're gonna roll with that. Yeah. I like that. I like that. You don't have to always have every color on every limb, you know what I'm saying? Twiins, what movies are you excited to come out? I don't watch, like, any movies. Nothing. I don't even know what movies are coming out. None of the superhero ones. I don't care. It doesn't matter if it's DC. It doesn't matter if it's Marvel. I don't care. Oh, that's the wrong color. Alright, great. Okay. Now I want to get some eyes on her. I want to get these cool... I've got an amazing idea. Oh my gosh. So let's make this really slim. And it's gonna be... Actually, we're gonna make our opacity kind of sclooby-looby. It's gonna be makeup. Hell yeah! And now let's add the drippy lines in them. Oh my gosh. Guys. Who knew that I could get even better at character design? Not even the Mario movie? No, I just don't watch movies. It really made it a problem because I had a coworker who did watch a lot of movies, and he'd be like, "Did you see Thing? No. Have you watched Thing? No. It's got person in it." I just never did. I never saw The Thing. I haven't seen the things. I don't know the people, and it's that thing where you just lie and you're like, "Oh yeah, them," and then they go, anyway, and then they keep talking, and you just let them talk about the movies they're excited about. Hecka needs to get more than 5 hours of sleep. Yo, she's so cool. I'm so proud of this. We're going to make her scar this, like, icky ichor color. Actually, we'll just color this in kind of by hand. Too much fun. Oh my gosh. Man, this is amazing. Okay. Was there any other things I needed to do? I guess the detailing on the robe. Let's do that. Oh, and the blood. Gotta get the blood, but we'll do that in a second. 6. Okay. Let's focus on... So it's also got the little sun design. Little sun thing. And then the squiggly sharp, which luckily gets cut off, thank the Lord. Okay. So I don't need to draw that. And then hard to see, hard to see, hard to see. Why are all my fucking colors all hoogledy-poogledy? Clean up your edges because something weird happened. Don't question it. Just accept that it happened. Get the gloves over here too. I must have accidentally like touched the edge of a line while fill bucketing. Does human Hecate use sign language cause she's say no evil? I'm gonna go with no, cause Hecate still talks in the game. That's a pretty cool headcanon kind of thing to roll with though. But I'm gonna go with no, but she's got like a really cool like distortion to her voice. Like she's like,
"Hey, it's me, Hecate. Aren't I cool?"
That kind of a thing. Oh, the designs on the doodly-doo. Oh, change the size because I'm stupid. Okay. Back down to 6. Okay. And then we got fucking some people being like, praise the river. People being like, oh man, that river sure is cool. Hoo-ha. Okay. And then over here as well. Nice. Alright. Da-da-da! It's Hecate. Looking cute as a button. I'm really good at designing human frogs. Lizard Bug's back for a bit. Maybe we can talk via black magic. Oh yeah, that's cool. Great. So I'm gonna leave these two on screen. You guys can chit-chat about your thoughts on Leshy and Hecate. We'll be jumping to Calamar next. We're gonna go on a teeny weeny little break. Everyone can go get water, go to the bathroom if you need to. And get some snacks, whatever it is. She looks like a toad. I've succeeded in my quest then. And yeah, I'll be right back. So yeah, feel free to chit chat while I'm gone. I'll be back in just a second. I'm back. The music probably stopped because I'm bad at my job. Alright, you guys behaving? Get the music back. Okay. Honestly, wouldn't it be cool if the painted eyes on her boss form's stomach was on her shirt overalls thing? Definitely definitely a possibility. I opted to make it cool makeup for her. But yeah. Let's draw the next one. I threw up. No. So, doot. Cool. And we'll roll with everyone looking the same direction. Why not? Consistency. I'm gonna start with him over here. He's actually gonna end up being taller than the others. A tall little gangly boy. Cause calamar is an octopus, or well, rather a squid. So they're tall. They're long. So actually we're gonna start by really changing the shape of the head. Erase. Erase the lines you don't want. Okay. Cool. Calamar is cowardly. They are the most frightened of the one who waits. I love how lumpy their shirt is because it's all their legs. Calamar's outfit will probably be the hardest for us to see because I like the idea of him kind of hiding in his cloak. Whoop. Nice. What do you mean same head syndrome? I literally explained that just so I can make sure, because otherwise you draw your new character and it's like doobie 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 loop loop and oh no, they're tiny compared to the other one. Or you're like, time to draw the next one. And then you make them humongous. Pay attention, jeez. It's not that hard. Gangly freako. I want them to have long arms. Big long arms. And legs. 'Cause his limbs are translating from the tentacles. Funnily enough, he looks like he should be the one of famine. That one's a little small. A foot. Another foot. Another fucking foot. There we go. Great. The legs are kind of thin. They're a little too thin. We're going to make them a little bit thicker, just so that they kind of look like they exist alongside the rest of the body. There we go. This is why I like digital art, because I don't have to erase nearly as often. You can just grab things and pull them over. Do you know how many fucking... His legs are too short. Do you know how many times I've been drawn on paper and I draw like the perfect thing. It's like, man, this is the best like hand I've ever drawn in my entire life. It's over too far. And then you have to erase it. You have to erase it and scoot it to the left 3 centimeters, and it's like, I could have just done this digitally. There we go. Now we've got proportions here. So Calamar is a little this is a scared little guy. So he's gonna be doing my good go-to scared little guy kind of arm situation. Keeping his cloak around him like a little safety blanket. Shoulder. There we go. Nice. Cool, great. And then she hits us with a spiked baseball bat. Exactly. If you don't want to get decimated, then learn your manners. Oh, I moved him up here, but I actually want to scoot him down, actually, because just the way how we're working with space. So I'll do that now. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. There we go. Great! You guys can see everything good, right? I haven't really checked in. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So now we gotta work on the details. Oh man, so Calamar's mouth is a really standout element of this design. I don't... How do we translate that? How do we translate that mouth? Alright, well first... Oh wait, I've got an amazing idea! Okay, we're gonna do it with the hair, but... Okay, Calamar's gonna look great. So, with kind of long, in-the-way bangs, we are replicating the shape of this triangle mouth. Yeah. Yeah, boy. And then he's gonna have like a bandage around his head, because his ears have been hurted. Nice. And because we're gonna have long hair on Calamar anyway, because, duh, look at all those tentacles. Awesome. Perfect. 10 out of 10. A little hairpin there, I think. That looks cute. Alright, great, cool. And I want kind of a high collar. Do I want a high collar? No, I think I want us to be able to see his neck really well. But like I said, I really want the cape to totally, like, kind of encompass him. Hell yeah. Oh, I forgot the blood. Hang on, let's jump back to her and bloody up her bandages really quick. How silly of me. Only the coolest part. Blood, blood, blood. Blood. Cool, and we'll get the arms too, cause they're bandaged up. Let's go, music. Oh. It looks like it's on the outsides. Okay. So, like, kind of like that. Yeah. And it's not gonna be as visible on this side. We'll have a little something there. And now let's get our second blood color. Deep blood. And then the third one. Deep, deep blood. Nice. Alright. Cool. Alright, back to Calamar. Deep Blood sounds like a Stephen King novel. Yeah, kinda, huh? I do want to, I want to like... So, we're emulating the sort of... Eraser? I'm on the wrong layer! Ah! We're emulating the sort of triangle shape that Calamar has with some more hair. So these little locks, these kind of fucked up locks, is how we're getting this like extra tall shape. And so then the rest of the hair is creating the look of mouth. Calamar will probably end up having a darker skin tone as well to try to kind of emulate the color palette between this teal and then the black of the mouth. You see what I'm saying? Cool. All right. Exciting. Exciting stuff. Let's get this cape. Let's get the cape first, and then we'll handle the rest of the hair. So, lumpy plumpy cape, but we'll just focus on getting it around him. It's also, we get to see that it seems to be longer in the back, and then a little bit shorter in the front. So we'll kind of give it that triangular doodly-doo, which will also help with, he's got a pretty triangular design anyway. What's up, gamer? Not much, bro. We're drawing the bishops. Here's Leshy, looking good. And there's Hecate, really happy with her design. We're doing Calamar. So, longer in the back. Hang on. Kinda like, yeah, there we go. Okay. So now I know where that's going. Cool. We can get rid of this kind of unnecessary line. Alright. Yeah, I need to think about physics for a second. Okay, I needed to figure out where the end of the cape would be properly. Like I said, he's a lot more covered up than the others, because he's cowardly. I want more kind of ruching around the shoulders still, though. Nice! That's a good silhouette right there. Alright. Doodly-doo. And now this means we can get his hair without worrying about it kind of getting in our way. Deep Blood by Lovecraft. Protag learns that there are people with rare blood which people of color have, and they're descended from an otherworldly entity that threatens to take over the world. Is that real? Is that a real Lovecraft? It sounds real. It sounds unbelievably plausible. I like how Lovecraft stuff is generally, you know, it's good, you know, he got popular for a reason, but let's also be honest that things like the one where he was afraid of air conditioning, not great. Alright, I want to get the hair, because hair is pretty, and I want it to just be tentacles, so. But we're gonna have these, like, kind of locky-doos here. Yeah. Yeah, those are, like, Calamar's cut off ears. And then the rest is gonna be... Hang on. Yes! Stringy ass long hair. Great. That looks great. I want to make this a little bit more cohesive. There we go. Cool. Alright. But I actually don't want it to go that way. I said cool, but that wasn't right. There we go. And then kind of make this a little bit nicer. And not separate this quite so much. But separate this one more. There we go, baby. That's some tentacle hair right there. Gotta love a man who was so cartoonishly racist. Even other proudly racist people told him to pump the brakes. I know, right? Like, bro. He also, like, this isn't me defending Lovecraft. He had problems. He was afraid of everything. Of course, strangers who don't look exactly like him or his family, you know, frightened the guy. This isn't a justification of it. It's just like, I'm not surprised. I want Leshy to have, or this isn't Leshy, I want Calamar to have, hang on. I was kind of thinking of all the others. I want them to have long pants instead of long boots. Eh. Going in a weird order, jumping to the legs first. The legs are kind of important, so I need to know what's going on with them. Are they flared pants? No, well, maybe a tiny flare at the end to kind of like how tentacles get a little bit thicker at the end there. Hut. Nice. This leg's a little whack. Let's fix that. Okay. And then boot. Sharp boot. Again, Calamar is really sharp, pointy. Triangles is the name of the game. So kind of like how we kept things short on Hecate, we're kind of doing an antithesis thing here for Calamar. Nice. Hey Twiins, when's the next Love Livecraft girl drawn out? Man, I don't know. Maybe eventually. If I do that, I'll actually just draw all of them instead of one at a time. Like how I was. I liked Love Livecraft plenty. I've just been busy. Once I'm finished with my current big McLarge huge video that I'm doing, then perhaps I've got an idea. Then perhaps we'll I'll do some Love Livecraft stuff. My idea, frilly sleeves. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. Great. He looks great. Okay. Now we just gotta get his face. His legs are a little bit boring. Hang on. His pants, honestly, they might be different colors. We'll see how we feel. We'll see what we're doing. We'll think about it. Alright. Maybe we'll add stripes. Maybe we won't. Hang on. I mean, they're just legs. They're just tentacles. Not everything needs a pattern. Let's get his face. Did someone say Love Livecraft? I've got the whole, like, all 9 of the girls planned out, too. Nobody was watching them. It was a bit of a bummer. But, oh, he doesn't have crosses in his design. Oh, neither does Shimura. Fascinating. Huh. I wonder what dictates that. Anyway. Nose is gonna be kind of, I'm gonna describe it as uppy. I was watching, well, obviously, no one is hyperbolic. You know, that's, somebody was, they don't have 0 views, you know what I'm saying? But, and then we're gonna kind of give him the mouth. But they weren't really getting the numbers I needed them to. To be fair, nothing really was. But I'm gonna kind of cover his face a little bit more. That eye we can't see. Great. Looking great. I'm loving this. Let's get into the line art. But yeah, I'm interested to get back into Love Livecraft, so yeah, once I'm finished with this big, large, huge video I'm working on, then maybe I'll do that. I'll tell you guys now, that will include redesigning Cthulhu-chan. 'Cause from the start, Cthulhu-chan's design is just, it was just fan art. I didn't come up with her design. Uh, uh, it was from a figure that I had seen that was pretty cool, and decided to draw. And but I kind of came up with the idea of Love Livecraft as a whole, and I don't know if it's something I'd like to kind of use, like characters I'd like to bring back or like do like a little comic of or anything like that. Then I couldn't just use Cthulhu Chan's design. I'd have to change it to make it my own. So that was the idea. Just gotta redesign Cthulhu Chan just a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit less complex, but keep it feeling pretty similar to the one that I did draw the fan art of. Make Cthulhu Chan just Hatsune Miku but green. I think that may actually already exist as a Vocaloid character. Nice. Man, each new one I draw becomes my new favorite. Sorry, Leshy. But I'm a sucker for this kind of design. Oops, that's a little too big. Yeah, nice. The little known Rule 63? I don't know what that one is. Is that one not gender bend? Isn't that the one? Everything has a gender bend version? Hate. Twiins on her various art children. What have you done for me lately? Cool. And cape. I like how different their silhouettes are becoming with the different cape lengths. Like, even Leshy and Hecate, with their similar body types, like, they're feeling different. I like it a lot. I'm having fun. I expected this to be a short stream, and I don't think it's going to be, but I don't care, because I'm having fun. I work too much anyway. I've been working so fucking hard all day, every week. For like ever. I'm tired. I'm tired of working so hard. Eep. Gotta make that line nicer. And look at, we're doing this with a mouse. Again, not to be like, compliment me. But I'm impressed that I've retained this much mouse control. My arm might hurt later today, but whatever, what are you gonna do? It's all in the name of art. Let's get this arm. With the frilly sleeves. The frilly sleeves are also kind of doing like a... Well, one, Lizardbug wanted a pirate, and while I'm not really bringing that pirate glamour that I think they wanted, the frilly sleeves is kind of emulating that. But also, again, it accentuates the end of the limbs, just like the small flare at the end of the boots that we got. But Twiins has been drawing, not swearing at video game characters, you're right. Sometimes I worry. That hand looks terrible. Sometimes I worry about the fact that my streams aren't particularly safe for children. I do swear an awful lot. And I only worry about that because somebody I know, I've learned, watches my streams, and they've got some littlies. And I'm sure they're just, like, watching on their phone or something. But I'm like, I don't want the littlies to learn my bad language. My lines are all a lot more woobly than usual. But it kind of adds to the charm. It's like the pupils in Rick and Morty. Shit. Legs are always hard. It doesn't matter if you have an art tablet or not. Legs are like, they're just like long lines. Especially the way I draw them. Half my characters look like they belong in X-Holic. And just the constant battle of making a smooth line go the direction you want it to be. Look at this guy. Looks like he belongs in fucking teenage, or, yeah, My Life as a Teenage Robot. The children are gonna say some bad words like dingle dork. If I heard literally anybody on planet Earth say dingle dork other than myself, I'd be like, what the fuck? I don't even know how I came up with dingle dork. Honestly, most of my, I know I've got a pretty weird vernacular. And predominantly it originates from when I was younger. I didn't want to swear. I didn't start swearing until I was in college. And I started swearing because I stopped caring and I realized I was funnier if I swore. But all that time, you know, through, you know, like high school and middle school and whatever, not swearing, you have to come up with different ways to say, you know, to get your point across, to kind of convey whatever it is, and that's where things like dingle dork comes from. Bonus fact, while I worked at retail, that came back. You know, you're not allowed to swear while you're at work. That's unprofessional. And that's fine. Though I did accidentally swear into the headset a couple times, but that's besides the point. But my silly vernacular, you know, came into play some more. And my manager was delighted by it, and she often would allude to me being like Ned Flanders from The Simpsons, because he's like, says diddly. Like, hi diddly hi, you know? And I was okay with that. Twins. Teacher, Billy's being a dingle dork. There we go. Line art is done. All those long ass lines. Actually, I think I want to limit this one a little bit. Don't want it to touch the edge of the other line there. Okay, great. Color time, hell yeah. Oh, his shoes. Oops. Not quite the right angle. When did PE stop being fun? I feel like PE is fun throughout elementary and middle school, and then suddenly it's like they're boots. You don't have lace on leather boots. But yeah, I feel like PE is like cool, fun times. Hell yeah, everyone likes PE. And then suddenly it's like, nah. Nah, fam. Cool. Get all this hair. Get all this fucking hair. Okay. And that's not hair there, that's cape. That's hair, though. I'm gonna go in and color this old-fashioned way. Cool. And let's get the cape down, since there's so much of it. I need water. I'm dehydrated. PE was unfun when they make you do that shit ass Olympic wrestling. That didn't happen in my school. I think it starts, I think, at least as a lady, PE became a lot less fun, once I needed a sports bra. But also, I think in general, people just started taking it more seriously. And as someone who isn't particularly athletically inclined, it just made it, like, meh. I remember playing, volleyball. And I'm not good at volleyball. I'm not gonna leap for the ball. I'm not here to win. We're just playing volleyball in class. Who cares? But other girls who were in volleyball, they would be like really aggressive about it and be like, come on, don't be afraid of the ball, just dive. And it's like, nah, bitch. Yeah, I'm a fucking artist gamer. You think I dive for anything? Nah. You dive. Gotta get Calamar's color down. Like I said, I think we're gonna go with a darker skin tone. Emulate the sort of color palette of the black mouth. Yeah. That's cool. Ooh, he looks cool. Alright. PE was always shit for me, especially when I had to do the fitness grand pacer test. Oh yeah! Yeah, those were never fun. I remember once I think that's when you have to do, either it was the pacer test or not, but we were doing some, pull-ups. And I couldn't do a pull-up, but I wanted to try. But the way they did it was everyone was just huddled around the pull-up bar and, like, watching you. And I hated that. Not because I was, like, self-conscious of how poorly I was doing, but because other girls, because, it was separated, boys and girls, and other girls were like, there I am, I'm trying to pull myself up, and, I've only been holding the bar for, like, a minute, something, no time at all, really. And they're like, oh yeah, you can't do one, come on, hurry up. And I got all self-conscious, and I was like, okay, well, I'll stop. And my teacher had been like, I mean, if you want to try, you can keep trying, you can keep going. And I was like, nah, because I didn't like I felt in the way. I felt like it's like, why am I even trying? I'm not good enough, so I'll just leave. Yeah. It hurt my fifis. Whatever, I got over it. At the end of the day, that it doesn't affect me too much. Nice. I don't know where any of those girls are now. I think some of them are in jail, actually. Homeschooling PE was climbing trees and shit. We didn't have any trees to climb, but I always thought climbing a tree sounded fun. The gender separation is lost on me. It was more, I think, kind of useful when we were playing games. No one wants to play basketball with the boys. The boys who take things too seriously. Oh, but what color do I make the legs? The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal booty bop. A single lap should be completed every time you hear the sound. Oh yeah, remember to run in a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before its end, your test is over. Oh, I've seen VTubers do that. It was fun. Yeah, so I don't think I ever did the pacer test, or I guess I must have tried, I'm sure. But, um, that's hideous. We're changing the allocation of the colors. We did a thing kind of similar to that, however. Like, there was an exercise to do that was similar. However, I can't say what they were called because it's not a particularly friendly word. We called them effectively unalives. because that's what it felt like doing. The sport kids had to do those predominantly, and I was like, thank the Lord that I don't do sports. I like the white boots, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna make his boots white. Or should they be black? Actually, I think I'm gonna go with black. Good decision making, Soph. Thanks, man. Silver like the sword? That's an idea. I think we'll roll with this. Pretty cohesive color palette here. He looks great! I'm so into this. Okay, cool. Let's get the detailing on his cape-a-dee-doo. And then just one more to go. I'm really happy with making his little hair clip the eyes. I'm kind of stupid proud of that idea. I'm also, actually, real quick, I'm gonna give him freckles. I don't know how freckles work on a dark-skinned person or if that's possible, but I don't care. I want him to have freckles. And I'm doing that because Calamar has these lines on them. And they all kind of are lined in some places, but I don't know, it feels really prominent on Calamar. So I wanna represent that with the freckles. What was I doing? Oh right, the detailing on the cape. How does this dang thing go? Okay. Man, this is a complex one. Okay. Alright. And then we got two lines. And it's just a, oh, nope, and they're chunked by divisions. Okay. Hello! Welcome! We're drawing the bishops. I'm nearly done with Leshy. Once I'm done with Leshy, I'll zoom out and also show, or the fuck, not Leshy, Calamar. Leshy's just got the coolest name. I'm nearly done with Calamar. Once I'm done with Calamar, I'll zoom out and show you Leshy and Hecate more clearly. Got a little sharp design. And then another one. I think this is sharp. Line, then line's line. That looks great. Cool. Let's get that music back. And then some little guys praising the sun. Ooh, no. The cape is much longer than I've accommodated for. Alright, hang on. Let me, Alright, we're gonna bullshit. Gonna bullshit where the designs go. 'Cause nobody can stop me. Alright, just redo the, like, cycle through the pattern. Yeah. Another sharp. Another sharp. And then more lines and lines. And then we'll put another sun here. Cool. Lines and lines. And another sun. There we go. That's how you adapt. Great. And we'll add the blood in just a second. First I'll let you see the others. So yeah, here's Leshy. Pretty cool. And Hecate. Also pretty cool. Oh, I didn't make her eyes white. Because the background was white, I forgot. There we go. Nice. Thank goodness I caught that. That would have been embarrassing. Man, Calamar looks great. So proud of him. Let's get the blood happening. Yeah. And then we need dark blood. When you're zoomed in all the way. And then super deep blood. Hopoi. Hell yeah! That's a great design right there. Oh, what the lord. I think I hit open. Oh, is that why you keep fucking saying penis freckles? Jesus, guys. Stop making fun of me, jeez. I'm taking a lot of time to work on all this for you guys. Excalibur, seriously, stop. Like, good gravy. Alright, last one. Shimura's also gonna be a little bit taller. No, we want that. Okay. And Shimura is gender neutral. They don't use any kind of gendered pronoun. So we will try to keep that in consideration while drawing them. Spider's hard. But I think the limbs are gonna be a big thing we're focusing on. Alright, I want them to look kind of confident. I want them to sort of lean back. You know? Lean back. That chest might be a little bit long. We'll see how I feel. The whole torso is kind of long. Like some kind of spider person. Maybe shooting webs out of their wrists and stuff. Alright, they're gonna have kind of an intense, an interesting body that we got here. They're gonna have, want their legs to be kind of bowed. Cute. Okay. Because I want to try to get this sort of hooky shape. I try to get the sharpness of the legs alongside. I also want to kind of remember the body back there with the thorax or whatever the fuck spiders have. Ah, that's too hard. They will also be wearing heels. Oops. Too thin. Alright. Do I like that? Do I want them to stand differently? I do. I made the legs look great, and then it's not what I want. Gonna change where the legs go. Like that? Is that what I want? No. We're just gonna roll what we had. Can I bring it back? Yes. Okay. Thank the Lord. That thing where you decide, no, that's not what I want, and try 100 things, and then you can't get the original back. However, I don't want them to be bowed like this. I want this leg to be facing the other way as well. And we're accommodating for the high heel we're going to be giving them. So let's grab this leg and flip it. I have, like, stretched and fiddle-dee-deed with, I think, every single one of their legs. I'm gonna be honest. Boop. Cool. Alright, and kind of fit that where we want. Actually, I think this leg we're just gonna redo. So, let's erase that. That's the problem. Yeah. Kinda... Yes! There we go. A confident bent knee. Shit. At a very specific angle. There we go. No, that's terrible. Alright, then just put the leg down. Just put it where it belongs. Just make a leg, man. There we go. Okay, and then I want to actually shift it a little bit. Here's what I mean. Everything needs to be a fucking decision. Whether you like it or not. But we want to rotate. Okay, and then scoot. No, please, Lord, just let me scoot. Grab, shift. Hata. I've taken part of the thigh with it. We got it. We can't have that. Lord have mercy. Alright, let's grab it again. The music's gonna end. We're gonna just be in silence for a second. Y'all have to live with your own thoughts for just a moment while I desperately try to fix this leg. There we go. Hang on. Let me make sure the leg is good. Let me complete the leg. We've done it. Thank the Lord. Music, come back. No, not my own thoughts. I know, right? They seem pretty, I'm gonna describe it as placid. Like, they're, so, cause they're a little neutral in everything, so I'm trying to figure out how I want their arms. Maybe, kinda behind them, in a way. Another one who kinda is more covered by the cape. How about instead we put them in front? Oops, well that's wrong. let's make it look right. There we go. Yeah. Cause you know, they always show up and they're like 4 becomes 3 becomes 2 becomes 1. Like, I don't know, kind of a I'm gonna describe it as a chill vibe in different contexts. And then, like, holding their own hands. Yeah. The arms are too short. Damn, fuck. They're way too short. An arm. An arm. Bent arms. That's what we're doing. Okay. Gotta get the angle right. Otherwise it looks goofy. We're not making Goofy. Not today. I think human Goofy is a design that feels unnecessary. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure people had lots of fun doing it. And I'm sure their art looks great. But personally, all of the Mickey Mouse crew are kind of like... meh. Like they're practically humans already. Yeah, but maybe that's just me. All right, great, cool. Now we can get into. We're just gonna keep it its own layer. Gonna get into the details, the fun part. Similarly, Shimura's got a shitload of eyes. Got to figure out how we're gonna incorporate that. They've also got these legs on their legs or hairs on their head, which we may want to find a way to incorporate as well. Okay, first, their brain is exposed. Let's get some wrappings on them. I think it's gonna be kind of fucking up their hair. I think that I want their hair kind of like clipping through it. Yeah. Nice. And then maybe some strands up here. Like a thing. Cool. Alright. If I can get these legs, these like head legs happening, that'd be swell. But how? And how do I get the 4 eyes? Their head is so wide. Oh! I've got an idea. Okay, so let's get a nose down. And then they've got their eyes, which are pretty wide open. Yeah. Eyes. And then on another layer, I'm gonna draw in glasses. Cool. And that's how we'll roll with that. But I'll get rid of the glasses for now so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Let's get this hair down. I want it to be messy, I think. An ear. We've got an ear. One visible ear. And I think I want their mouth to kind of be like this, open a bit and kind of yeah. And then yes. Kind of a messy hair thing. So we can get these other limbs. Yes. There we go. Now we're thinking with portals. Hell yeah! Alright. Bayonetta glasses, but the extra lenses with the extra lenses on the side. For the life of me, I can't make that look good. Okay, cool. Great. We've got the hard part, their head. Now we can do the rest of them. Let's get this cloak on, and I think I want them to have a high collar. And then the cloak. Which kind of goes all the way to the end of their shoulders. They've got a fancy ass cloak here. I don't want to totally cover them up, but this cloak is really cool looking, so... Nice. And we'll kind of make their silhouette. I think I want them to have a longer cloak as well. Kind of like Calamar. Yeah, there we go. That's a little far. Nice. And the other side. And let's get the edges so I don't forget about them. Oh, that's right, they go all the way. Boop. Big, innocent eyes. I wanted them to look kind of lost, for lack of any better word, because, you know, their heads, their brain is exposed. And because they end up kind of dreamy sounding with their 4 becomes 3 becomes 2 becomes 1 becomes none kind of mantra, I wanted them to look like they're kind of looking at something else. Kind of like how they do in their artwork. It looks like they're sort of looking past you, the lamb, and sort of to another place. So now we got a lot of bandages that we can put on them. But first, the primary thing, I want them to have thigh highs to kind of recreate the shape of these long ass legs they've got. Yes. Thigh highs with some armor. Hell yeah, look at that! Alright. Cool. And we'll give them the gradient as well that they've got in the artwork. That'll be fun. Everyone likes gradients. If any of you guys do decide to draw fan art of my designs, I'd be delighted to see. Feel free to tweet at me. Or if you draw your own versions of the bishops. That sounds super fun too. And you can tweet that at me as well. But only that. You can't tweet any other things at me. I only want to see Cult of the Lamb fan art for the rest of my life. No. That looks great. Okay, alright. And I want a lot of bandages. I think we're gonna put that kind of like all the way up their body. They've got like a furry, it's hard to see because the background's black. They got like a furry sort of body back here. And I think I want to get that somewhere. So yeah, so we're gonna kind of make the shirt have like a little fuzz. And then the pants will basically just be bandages. How hip. How fashionable. These aren't bloody though. We'll have to remember that when we're coloring in the blood. Cool. Very fashion forward. Alright. And then do I want gloves? Yeah, I do. I do want gloves. Full gloves. And we can't see here, but they'd be like long. They'd go like up to the arm as well. And those will have a gradient on them as well. Great! "10 out of 10, I say. It's a more simple kind of silhouette. You know, there's not all the bits and bobs like kind of like Leshy and Heckin have, but I think it's doing everything it needs to really well. So that's great. So let's get our line art happening. Oh, I was like, why? The line art layer was just hidden. Okay. Gotta focus. Don't want the hair to look goofy. Drawn a lot of bandages today. The fun part about drawing a lot of bandages is it really reveals how rarely you change up the texture of bandages. With the way things like, with the wrinkles and the overlapping. That's fine, whatever, who cares? Yeah. Nice. I really like how different they all look. While still feeling, like, accurate. I mustn't forget the glasses. I'll get them in a second, once I kind of finish everything else. At least on the face. The glasses will also kind of get their own layer of sorts. Oops. A simple little trick to make glass. I'll show you guys. No, that's fine. Alright, big, wide, open eyes. With a pupil. And then, I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I'm gonna give... No, yeah. I am. I am gonna give them... But it'll be different. Okay, I was thinking about irises and how I want to go about it. It's gonna be a little different from the others, but that's alright. Oh, should the glasses be sunglasses? So, because the eyes are black? What do you guys think? Yeah. Nice. Oh, whoops. Alright, while we're here, let's get, the glasses. On their own layer, just so it's easier for me to see everything. Gotta go. Alright, adios. I'll post this on Twitter once I'm done. So, once you wake up, there'll be a cool art waiting for you. Over on the bird app. Huh? Okay. Now let's delete any lines that... Actually, I think everything looks good. Okay. Are we back on our normal layer? Okay, good. Okay, gotta double check. Nothing hurts more than doing a bunch of work on the wrong layer and having to redo it. What a cutie pie! Shimura has ended up looking adorable, if I do say so myself. I'm making the bottom lens a little bigger over here. Eh. Cool. Alright. Now just the cape. Easy stuff. I say, knowing full well that I have to draw these lines and not make them fucking wacky, wavy, inflatable orb 2 man. Eh. We'll zoom in a little, I guess. Kind of do this in chunks. Hooah! Shit. That's not where I want it to be. Oh my gosh, thank you! Let me switch over here. Welcome, howdy! I appreciate you, Orion! We're drawing Cult of the Lamb bishops. Do you know anything about Cult of the Lamb? The bishops are the bad guys that you fight throughout the game. So, here's what they look like. And then, here's my versions of them. I'm on the spider, and then, yeah. And there we go. That's what we're doing today. We know? Alright, good. Can't hurt. I wouldn't want to just be like, you're familiar with the entire game, right? Good. You won't get lost. Yeah. Are you gonna make a version without glasses and suddenly everyone thinks they're hot now? I never got that trope, quite frankly. So, bonus fact, you all probably know this by now. I wear glasses. I just never draw myself with glasses because I forget they exist because I'm looking through them. And I think I look significantly better with glasses. like I look at myself without my glasses and it's like, ew. It's like I'm unfinished. So it's just a funny kind of idea that oh, just take the glasses off and immediately they're way hotter. It's like, nah, dude. Yeah. Shit. Fuck. Go the way I need you to. Alright, perfect. Glasses are sexy, ask Bayonetta. Exactly! She's really paved the way forward for glasses being seen as cool. We appreciate Bayonetta in this house. Huh? Great. And then over here. I'm getting hungry. I've been so hungry lately. Maybe it's because my lunches have just been bagels with cream cheese and like 0 protein. But bagels with cream cheese are so tasty. No, don't do that. Almost canceled. Almost closed the art. We think they look cool so far? Well, hooray! I think my favorite is that I've got here is I think it's Calamar. But heck, it's a really that thumb is terrible. Heck, it's a really close second though. Shimura's skin tone is going to be kind of difficult for us to do, cause they're purple and they don't really have any other sort of real skin tone on them like the others that you could pull from. Maybe make it the color of their fangs? That's an idea. We'll see what happens. Drawing these bandage pants over and over, like for like either an animation or in a comic, would be such a nightmare. An absolute pain. I think that's a big thing when I like dissect designs in stuff. I can't help but think about stuff like that. I've mentioned before that like drawing this over and over would be a nightmare while like in videos. And that's why, because I've spent a good portion of my art career learning how to make designs that aren't a nightmare to draw over and over for a comic. Bandages are cool though. Just not particularly easy to have in a comic. One more right there. Okay. Nice. Nearly done. And then we can color. I had to do it to him, you're right. Oh fuck, I'm stretching, but the music stopped. Wait, okay. Gotta make sure you stretch while you're doing your art, because otherwise your back starts to hurt. Even more than it already does. My back really hurts today. I don't know what happened. It's like I pulled something or something, but it's not, I didn't lift anything last night or anything. I don't know. Everything I do basically hurts my back. So, eventually you just kind of gotta learn to deal with it. It does make doing art a real pain. Right now it's not that bad because I'm just facing forward. You know, I'm sitting forward in my chair with my hand on my mouse as if I were, you know, clicking through Google Images or something, you know, nothing too extraneous on your back, but when I'm working with the art tablet, it's in my lap, and I'm bent forward to draw on it, you know, and it's a lot harder on my back doing that. It's a real pain. And sometimes streams will also kind of hurt my back because the screen is to my right, and sitting kind of crooked like that will take a toll. That'll hurt my neck more often though, because I'll be like facing, like sitting forward with my head turned to where the screen is, and it takes a toll on you. Everything takes a toll. Once you're old, everything you do makes you hurt a little bit. Hooray! Let's color. We're gonna handle the glasses on their own. Oh my gosh, most everything was on the glasses layer? Are you kidding me? That's fine. That's fine. So, okay, let's start with things we know. We're gonna get their hair is actually gonna be this color. And that means we can use the other purple, like, on the shirt or something. Make my brush a little bit bigger. Do some color. Right, great. Okay, now let's get the bandages and the cloak, and then we'll figure out what we're doing with the shirt and the skin tone. Maybe have the glasses tinted red. I'm thinking of having them be sunglasses, like with the black of the eye, but like kind of with a red element. You'll see. I think it'll be cool. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that. That rumbling in the background, if you can. That's the sound of the snowplow guy going by, making the sidewalk nominally walkable. And grab this. Okay, cool. So let's get the glasses on lockdown. So we're gonna make them their own layer. We're gonna pull dark black from somewhere. Gonna grab it right here. Color them in. Cool. And now we're going to... Oh, I could make the frames red. How do we feel about that? Because what I was gonna do was then... Let me get this color of red. Okay. Layer. Select from layer. Okay. And then go to... Soft. Okay, good. We don't need it to be that big, but not that small. In between. Kind of like that. That's what I was thinking. That looks pretty damn cool. We can make the frames the, like, confident, dark color. We're gonna hide that for right now, just so we can color in the skin underneath easily. And we'll bring that back. Oh yeah, I was gonna do something special with their eyes, too. You can tell they're cool because they wear sunglasses. Bro, he's like outside your window. Yeah, he is. The sidewalk is right next to my window. How do I feel about this skin tone? Let me see. A little yellow, but let's just kind of Google it over. Yeah, I think that works. And then those are gloves. Okay, great. Oh, I need an open mouth color. Ooh, let's grab it from Hecate. Since she's got a big open mouth. There we go. Now let's get his eyes, doing something special. I'm gonna use the purple from the crown again. And I want his eyes to be a little bit... There we go. Yeah! And now let's get the sunglasses back in. Cool stuff! Look at that! Superfly, man! Awesome, awesome. Alright, now let's get the other elements. We're gonna get the boots now. So the boots are the same color as the hair, so let me actually just grab that from him. And then they fade. But we're only doing these bits first. And then I'll color in the knee pads. So, and they fade to red. I'm actually gonna... There we go. Okay. Let's layer. Select from layer. Alright, we might go over the cape a bit, but that's fine. We can just recolor that in. That looks great. Okay, and now let's fix our cape because we were on a different layer. Or, well, because we were on one layer, and let's make this just a little bit more cohesive. Oh, my stomach just growled. I don't know if you guys heard that. Get that, get that. There we go. Clean that up. Great. And let's get the trim as well. I could have had the fade on its own layer. I was too lazy. It didn't matter. And there we go. There's a gradient. Twin stomach. Canes. We'll probably actually get canes tomorrow if we do. Oh lord. Cool, cool. Oh, more bandages, right? Actually, these bandages are kind of a different color, so I'll pull it from over here. Calamar might still be my favorite design, but I don't know. The cool sunglasses help a lot with Shimura. Great. And then also those, and we'll have these be the same as the trim color. And then let's get that red back for the glove fingers. We're almost done. Isn't this exciting? Just have to add the trim detailing and the blood. Sorry, I was looking at Vincent. I heard him wake up from his little nap. Alright, we're gonna do this also in... are we? Yes. Just gonna work smarter, not harder. Cool. Hell yeah. Great, let's get the trim first, and then we'll get the blood. Man, they got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Is this the same color as the others? I guess not. Whatever. Vincent, look upon me, Mom, for I am awake. Really? I heard him just, like, wake up, and I was like... Just look at the cat. Just do it. Oh no, that's even differenter. Yeah, we'll just roll what we got. Okay. So we got an X, and then we got the little falsetto thing up here. Kind of see it over there. Alright, nice. And then we got this little sun thing. So we got a trim. And then a circle, and then 3 long lines, and then 2 smaller lines. Well, that's wrong. We'll start with the lines, so we know what we're doing. And then, there we go. Great! And now let's get the long ass, we'll be going through the little pattern a couple times. Since I've made their cape so long. Luckily by now we know it. Beep. Went over the edge a little bit there. Have you heard the theory that cat shit makes her brain like them more? What? No. No, I haven't heard that. Like the smell of cat poop makes you go, I like that critter. That can't be real. You know, I say that, but nature's whack, man. We'll have a little guy. And then over here too. And then you start the thing over. It does sound fascinating and terrifying. I don't know, cats are... Why? How would that... Does it only work on humans? Like, does the cat poop only affect people? Or is that like a all-encompassing kind of deal? Like, other things would be like, time to eat this cat. Oh, wait. I smell weird poop. He's alright. 3 lines, and then wiggly. Nearly done, thank goodness. I'm gonna have the guys at the end here. Get my music playing again. So then I can have this playing in my head for the rest of all eternity. Cool. And then, so we're gonna have sun. And then I think we just have room for a little falsetto. A little sharp. Cats are unknowable eldritch beings that desire destruction and fish. Vincent, do you desire destruction? Do you want fish? You just want to sit inches away from the radiator? Alright. Whew, great, we did it. And now let's just add the blood. Get some of that color here from Calamar. I got a lot of blood. Because they've got a big ouchie. Kind of put one there. Nice. Cool. And now let's scoot back up to Leshy here. Get deep blood color. You know, it's fascinating. The face makes Shimura feel kind of like baby. You know, with the big round eyes and then also the round face. I've made Shimura look a little young. But if you look at them, they are blatantly the tallest. But I mean, look at them! They're so big! Alright, let's get our deep blood color real quick. Also, they wouldn't be the tallest if it weren't for the heels. Heels is giving them a bit of an edge. Great. All done. Da 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 da. Look at them. Wow. And I did this all with the mouse. Oh man, I'm so proud of myself. They look super fly. I'm super impressed with the different ways we've interpreted the eyes on all of them. And the different kind of shapes across all of them. I think this was tons of fun. The heels give +5 vision. Just because they could see over the others. Look at how much fun this is. I'm delighted. The sunglasses give +3, cool. So yeah, let's crop this really quick. It's because we got a lot of edge space over there. Boop. Nice. Cool. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll post this on Twitter. And how fun. This has been so much fun. Look at how fun their designs are. I'm really proud with how different they all look. It was also really cool getting to kind of explore the differences with their capes and stuff. Nice. So yeah. Hooray! Very fun. I love these. These are great. I had a lot of fun doing this. We should do more art streams. Boink. Ta-da! Fun stuff. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, the music ended. I'll bring it back for just a second. Just so I can say goodbye. So I can say goodbye 7 trillion times, like how I usually do. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll actually be playing a game tomorrow. Assuming nothing goes wrong, it'll be Wind Waker. So yeah, fun stuff, fun things. I'm gonna eat something, because I'm hungry. Adios. See you on the flip side, everybody. Thanks for being here.